Thank you. Frame 22. John Higgins to break.
Yeah, it wasn't an easy shot that John had to play. As I said, he did have to play it. But if I was going to go down, I'd rather go down attacking than having refuse pots and then wonder what might have been if I had gone for the shot. Not sure if Mark can take this red onto right corner with that red on the cushion behind the black. That may be blocking the path for the cue ball.
Is the yellow going to come to the rescue? I don't think so. This is a chance for John Higgins. The red passes the black. This is a bit easier than the one he attempted in the previous frame, but they still need knocking in. No problem getting position this time. It's all about the pot. That's okay. He's hampered slightly, but you can just cue past the side of the red.
Eight.
Another tricky little one along the cushion. Safely in this time.
Nine.
And what an opportunity this could be. He doesn't have to cannon into the reds, but knowing John Higgins, he's bound to be on the one to the right of the black, so he might screw into them and develop a few more. He's just thinking about it now because he's got 4 loose reds he can play for. Yeah, can't make his mind up. Decided to play for the loose ones.
16.
Yeah, I just think that shows the state of play. I think 8 times out of 10 he goes into the bunch there knowing that he's going to have that red. It's to the right, the black to the right corner. But he's playing the situation.
$24. As quietly as you can, please.
People just coming in for the other table. So the referee just asking them to come in as quiet as possible. He hasn't got a great deal of angle on the black. So this is not straightforward. Well, he's left himself a bit short, the one at the back, and to the right of the pack is potable into the left
32.
corner, but he wanted to be a wee bit closer to it, so this is a big shot coming up here. Played it well, a little bit more pace, and he would have been nicer on this blue. This is a tricky little positional shot here. So tricky that he took his eye off the blue. Well,
John Higgins, 33.
just can't afford to make mistakes like that at this stage. I expected Mark to knock that in because he was nicely on the yellow. It would have developed into a decent opportunity. Okay, he was a little bit close to the red, and to say these middle pockets, if you touch the jaw, they won't go in.
Been a natural angle from the pink from the right hand side of the table, so a bit of work to do for Ronnie here. Well, hold on a minute.
12.
Have a look at this for a shot. Have a look at this for a shot.
Will have been like a knife through the heart to Hussein Vafai.
17.
Would have been pinning all his hopes.
Well, if that bounces a little bit, I'm not sure if he can have a go at this up into the corner pocket in such a way that he could be on the black and not leave a great deal. That's what he's played. It's a wonderful shot, but a very clever shot. Great pot, but he wasn't leaving a great deal. Well, he's missed the cannon on the red that he intended to nudge. Now he's having to take the one up into the corner pocket. Just wanted to nudge that red.
Yeah, I just wonder if Mark Allen is finding that gear that the top players so often find at the right time. A couple of really good pots in this visit, two really good reds.
Excellent cueing.
13.
This is a delicate little one he's faced with the rest.
Yeah, interesting shot selection playing for this red, not electing to play green into the bunch of reds.
Yeah, I was with
Mark
you,
Allen, 30.
Stephen. He had an angle to pot the green and go into the bunch, but these reds, you know, the one he's just missed, they're not easy with the rest. But John's left with a very delicate one along the cushion. didn't force that. So he sacrificed a little bit of the position. Don't know if he can roll this in and get on the red that's up by the green. It's a very delicate one to try and get a cannon. When he's trying the little cannon. Is he on that red? He's opened the reds beautifully. He is. He's on that red. 8. And all of a sudden, the frame is wide open. That was useful to have that red up there.
Nine.
That cue ball kind of crept over the baulk line. It wasn't the most convincing bit of cueing from John there. This is a massive visit to the table in this match for John. I mean, everything's there on a plate for him. It's just, can he hold himself together?
12.
You feel if he wasn't able to convert this chance, he's already 32 points ahead, and was to lose the frame, it might be well, it might be very difficult to come back
13.
from.
Twenty.
Well, I'll tell you what.
21.
He thought he'd missed that.
Well, he's just not struck the cue ball with any authority, really, in this visit. It's been very nervy.
The really cool part here is just how versatile.
Couple of pots away from securing the frame.
Good recovery there. And the former 4 times champion here at the Crucible.
27.
Just
28.
needs the black to get himself back all square. Started out the best of 25, and now Mark Allen knows that he's
35.
going to be playing the best of 3 for a place in the quarterfinal.
36. $43. 44.
How do you pick a winner
50.
now between these two great players?
51.
Yeah, this was the shot. Okay, he slipped off the reds, but that one was always available up the other end. He did well to drop on that. Doesn't matter about missing the black. And as I
Higgins,
say,
51 on the frame.
we started out the best of 25. Now that John Higgins has leveled the match, we've got the best of 3 for who goes through to the quarter-final.
سلااوتان لێبێ خۆشەویستان خۆشحاڵم لە ڤیدیۆیەکی نوێ و لە تەواوکردن و وەفروکردنی یاری
The 23rd frame. Mark Allen to break.
Quite an aggressive break-off for Mark Allen. He plays quite a thick contact off the reds, and that's the risk you take. One comes back up to this end of the table, and I think this is on to left middle. Probably take the cue ball in and out of bulk. I'm not sure if there's a natural angle to pot the blue and come off 2 cushions. The red that's closest to the right cushion and just drop on that to the right corner. He missed a blue similar to this into the left middle when he was trying to go in and out of bulk in the last frame. Similar shot. Yeah, nicely played. They have the choice of a couple of reds, the one that I mentioned to the right corner, also one to the left corner.
Looking at the angle because he's playing it back into a blind pocket. He's looking away from the pocket, as you can see there.
Seven.
Wobbled a couple of times, but safely in. And coming around to look at the angle as to whether he can drop on the red that's just above the black. He really wanted to be straight on this because the black's available into the left corner. Now he might have to play the cannon, which will help.
13.
And another delicate cannon required. The red that he just moved there is available, so he doesn't have to hit this too hard. There's a couple more reds after this one that's available.
20.
They're not a good bunch of reds to cannon into from the black, but he's a few loose ones. Playing for the
21.
pink this time, which makes it easier to get on the two reds. There might be another one that's available. We'll find out shortly when he pots the pink. Pink having to go in a direct line behind the reds in a straight line with the blue and black. But I don't think that's released another red. I think there's just the two that's available into the right corner.
27.
Played perfectly. Well, he can choose what he wants to do here. He can go into the bunch. He can play for that single red. Into the bunch it is, and how's your luck? He's lost the white a little bit. That's not the cannon he was after there, Stephen.
No, he didn't play this well.
33.
He knows he didn't play this well. He wanted to hit that red full in the face, or even just to the right of the red as we look. Didn't get into the cue ball enough. It was the right shot again, as he always does when he's on a break. Just didn't play it correctly. Be disappointed because he was looking good in that break. Good rhythm, hitting the ball well. Looked confident. Is he tempted by the double?
John
Well,
Higgins,
he's one
33.
of the best players we've ever had in the game of playing a double. He thought he could take it on and leave things safe, but if the red catches the jaw, you're never sure where it's going to finish, and he's left it. And looking at the natural angle, I don't think he'll cannon into green or brown. So just make sure of the pot. He's playing it with bottom, as you can see.
One.
Thought he was going to roll that in and maybe get nicer on his next colour. He's not on the cushion, but he's a little awkward here. This still needs a good shot. But we've seen so many times this player under pressure, how good he is. And he made that look easy.
5.
It just shows you this game. And we're dealing fractions of millimeters of precision. If John Higgins hits that bunch of reds a millimeter to the right of where he did, he probably opens the reds up creates an opportunity, and there's a good chance he would have won the frame at that visit. But as I say, that millimetre or two out of position makes such a difference at this level.
13. 14.
Just looking at those reds. Okay, the one to the right's okay, but the others are blocking each other somewhat, as you can see from that picture there. So he's played for that one that I mentioned. But they're also covering each other into the other
21.
corner pocket, so not straightforward just yet. Might be after this next
22.
shot. There's one that just passes into the right corner.
29.
As you can see, but he could have done with the cue ball being a bit further to the right. And look what's happened there. Just shows you the tension of the
Mark Allen,
Crucible
29.
Theatre and not getting on that red as he intended. And the one consolation, he hasn't left anything easy for John.
Yeah, if he wasn't bridging over the green, he would have played the right-hand side of those two reds. He'd have gone for that one into the right corner pocket.
Well, he's looking at the two reds that John might have gone for, but you know, there's a red at the back of the three reds. And I'm looking at him right in line with the shot. If he plays a safety shot, he might possibly be able to flip one into the right corner pocket. It's hard to see from this position, but it's easy to play safe off them, but there's one just poking out a little bit. Just made sure he got a good cue ball, but he's anxiously looking, as Mark, to see if the brown has covered everything. Well, just look at the scoreline as Paul Collier has a look at the cue ball. 11 frames all, and just 4 points the difference. Can't get much closer than this, and this is a huge shot. He's unlucky. Brilliant pot.
One.
Didn't want to cannon the black though. If he misses the black, he's perfectly on it. But what a pressure pot he knocked in there.
Yeah, that would have made him feel good. That was a shot that he had to get.
Green
He
ball.
came through. That would have given him a huge boost of confidence, John Higgins.
John Higgins, 1.
looks to be a path down the table. The two reds that are close together. The first one, he can play off the left side of it as we look at it, and he won't cannon the pink and the red. He can get back down the table off that. He's just concerned where the first red would knock the second red too. He's asking the referee to have a look. I can assume that's just in case he misses the ball altogether, because he's playing a very thin snick here. Very well played. There you can see the safety success. There's very little between them.
Crucible is jumping tonight. These two matches that are on, the atmosphere is electric. Well, this is going to be a fascinating tactical battle, this, Dennis, to see who comes out on top.
Yeah, this is the beauty of this game of snooker. It's great to see the big breaks going in, but this is wonderful entertainment.
Foul. And the miss.
He's missed the red completely, but there was a lot of noise from the other side of the arena.
Sorry, John.
He needs a thin snick on this red. He doesn't want to hit it half ball.
Can we have a look on there, please, Terry?
Just double checking if they've got the white in the correct spot. That's where they were. It looks good, that to me.
Just a fraction to this.
Yeah, you've got it.
Just a fraction.
A fraction that way. Yeah.
Well, Mike was over there helping out as well. That's the beauty about this game of snooker. Nobody will take an advantage.
Thanks,
if they play a foul, they'll declare it on themselves.
Thank you.
Now we've got a problem.
And the miss.
Now we have a problem.
Mark Allen,
because he'll be warned, and if he misses it this time, he'll lose the frame. There is a shot on that I can't remember who played it earlier in the competition. When it's tight on the cushion, the ball, you hit it full ball and it double kisses it back up the table, but he can get back round off this one that's near the black spot. He hit it too thick. Wasn't a difficult escape, that, you know.
Yeah, I didn't think he wanted to aim even quarter ball and then flick a bit of side on, unwanted side, and miss it completely. Overcompensated.
He's played this well. Beautifully judged.
6. Seven.
Needs to keep rolling this one. He's come up short. Another 6 to 8 inches up the table, and this would have been a straightforward shot to pot the blue and get on to. There's 2 reds available. Now he's got to force it in. That's a pretty good effort.
12.
Yeah, that last
13.
blue was a beautiful strike of the cue ball. And under this pressure, it's so hard to deliver your cue right through the cue ball smoothly, because your grip in hand just seems to get tighter and tighter unintentionally.
Well, he needs a good kiss here, and he hasn't had it.
18.
Say he hasn't had it. He's had a quick look at the scoreboard. He's 21 in front, so he's going to need both reds. There is a path twice across the table to get him behind the pink. Just got to make sure he keeps the red safe also. That's the sort of path that he could take to get in behind the pink, but he'd be wary of the red also. He could do it off one cushion with lots of side if he doesn't want to use 2 cushions, but I think it is available, but he's going the other way. He's made sure he kept the red safe.
Mark Allen, 18.
Yeah, John Higgins taps the table. That was well thought out. That was top drawer tactical play there from Mark Allen. Didn't want to play the shot Dennis suggested. I think he was scared of putting a red on, taking the black out, or the other red. Is he taking this on with a red on the side cushion? That's a bit of insurance. Great pot.
1.
Still going to need that difficult red that's on the side cushion.
I was going to say, how brave do you want to be? Even you've got position on the red, it's such a difficult pot at this stage. Unless you're absolutely right behind it, you wouldn't want to take the pot on. So it wouldn't surprise me if we refused a pot here, Mark Allen.
Well, it looks as if he can take the pink on and get back across the table. He's left-handed, so he can reach it. But he might be refusing it, as you said. Pushing the pink safe,
Mark
refusing
Allen,
that
1.
pot because of the difficult last red. All adds to the tension here in this frame. Both players needing 2 frames to get through to the quarter-final.
Yeah, of course, all these 3 frames are huge, but to win this one gives you 2 bites of the cherry to try and win the match, doesn't it?
Well, that's not the best from John Higgins. 22 the difference. The red And a blue would be enough to leave John needing a snooker. The pink and black are out of action. This red's not on, so. Try and just get the snooker here, just glancing off the red. That might be in behind the brown. He's played it well. Now, how does he play this? Does he play it just dead wet? He does. Advantage, Mark Allen, though. Similar shot again, but it's getting closer to the middle pocket, that red. If he hits it too hard, he'll push it on. Well, will he be tempted to take this up the cushion? He's left-handed. He only needs this in the blue. This could be a frame winner. He's got a lot of bottle, this player.
He's played a phenomenal frame, Mark Allen. Some of the tactical play has been world class. It's why he's having the success he's having in the game. He's such a tough competitor, such a difficult player to beat. He's got every aspect of the game.
6.
It's not very often you see someone completely dominate John Higgins in a tactical exchange. That's exactly what Mark Allen's done in this frame.
Mark Allen, 6.
One snooker needed. It's not a bad effort. It'll be easy to hit, though. It may be a snooker. But with the green out of commission, the pink awkward. The pink's not too bad for getting snookers behind. The black is totally out of the game. It's going to be tough to get the one snooker that's needed. Very clever. He's moved the green. Has he fluked a snooker? I don't think. He's sacrificed where the yellow was going to go. Purposely tried to bring the green into play, but one good long pot. And we're right down the queue of Mark Allen here. Wonderful pop on the yellow. Say about John Higgins being the best in the business at doubling a ball. That wasn't too bad, was it?
The black as well. No, he doesn't.
And the frame.
It's one of the best frames that Mark Allen has played. in this year's championship, and what a time to produce it. He now goes 1 up with 2 to play at 12-11.
Thank you. The 24th frame. John Higgins to break.
Well, I'm sure John Higgins has got plenty left in the tank, but is he going to get a chance? That's the question. It's a pretty good break off. He's got a good cue ball. They played each other 24 times, but the twice they've played in the World Championship, John Higgins has come out on top 17-13 in the semi-final. 2009, 13-9 in round 2 in 2017. Is that a plant, I wonder? I just wonder if it's a plant. And Mark walks back to his seat thinking, is it a plant?
I'm not so sure. There is space between the two reds. Close enough to squeeze, Dennis?
I think it's a squeeze shot. You have to hit it on the opposite side to you think. He's had a look at it. He doesn't fancy it.
He went for gold there, didn't he, Mark Allen, with that, going for that red off John Higgins' break off. If he'd potted that as right on the black with a chance to win the match.
Well, that's certainly opened the reds up. That is what you would say, throwing down the gauntlet. And John Higgins is looking at 2 potential pots. Boy, is this a big shot. hit it too well, but what a wonderful piece of cueing this was. Once you go past the balk line, the cutback is difficult. And I think
Ramble.
you can see enough of the brown. So much at stake for John Higgins here in this tense crucible theatre.
Yeah, it's only because John's seeded 13 that these two players are playing so early in the championship. I mean, this could be a final, could definitely be a semi-final in years gone by.
If this man walking around the table was to lose this match, he'd be out of the top 16, which is unthinkable. But none of those thoughts in his head. All he's got thoughts on is winning this match.
10. $11.
Pink totally out of commission at the moment. The black is available into one corner pocket. If this was early on in the match, John would probably pot the blue and just cannon the pink, but there's an element of risk to that. He's weighed up all the options.
$16.
Is he straight enough to be able to get through for the blue here? He had to leave
17.
himself the wrong side of it, though. Now, where's that cue ball finished? He could be banging trouble here. He could be snookered. Oh, the pink spot's just available. If the pink spot hadn't been available, the white would have
22.
been snookered with the blue, which would have gone right in front of the white. Get through for the black this time.
John Higgins, 22.
Even the greatest suffer with the tension and pressure of the crucible theatre. There's still a potential of squeezing this plant, you know. Mark's having a look at it, but he's quickly going away from it. He has developed into one of the best tactical players in the game. He's up against one in John Higgins, but Mark Allen now is as good a tactical player as the game's ever seen. That's why he's having the success he's having. And the cue ball's close. It's very close. That will do nicely. Now it's stopped there. This is a tricky one he's faced with. A little bit of pressure on this one. Just getting up and getting back down again, so. That was unfortunate. He was on the black at one stage there until that red come off the cushion and flicked it. Now he's on the black there, and that red comes and knocks the black safe. And now he's got to be careful. He's got to hide this red that's over the corner pocket, which he's done.
John Higgins 1.
This must take you back, Stephen, to the 80s when you dominated, well, the 90s, sorry, when you dominated the snooker. Late night tension at the Crucible. You've had a few of these.
Yes, nothing better. This frame could become a stalemate with this red over the right corner pocket. Yeah, when you look back on nights like this, they were incredible. But when you're actually out there at the time, you're not enjoying it really. You're not thinking you're enjoying it. You're just wrapped up in the concentration and the atmosphere of it. You haven't got time to sort of stop and think. It's fun.
And John Higgins took time to tap the table there with his finger. Because Mark Allen, it looked a straightforward little shot, but look what he's left John faced with here. If he tries to come back down the table off that red that's near the right side cushion, he's got to hide the red that's over the pocket. The only thing I could say about this is the black's safe, the blue's safe. And all of a sudden, the safety area is over that left side of the table so that he doesn't leave that red. Did well to cover both those reds. Well, you talked about a stalemate. The fact he's played that shot means they both had a little smile to each other. But the thing is, John Higgins has got a 23-point advantage. He doesn't want a stalemate. I might be tempted to risk getting the white up behind the yellow because, as I said, the blue's safe, the black's safe, the pink's not ideally placed. So even if he left that red over the corner pocket, there wouldn't be a great deal to go at. So maybe a little thin snick and try and hide that red with the yellow.
Yeah, even if you get the cue ball near the yellow pocket, as you say, even if he pots the red, he's not getting on a colour. I was just thinking, Dennis, this match, it's a titanic struggle, and whoever wins is going to come out tomorrow and start all over again in another 3-session match. That's the marathon of the Crucible, isn't it? That's why it's the biggest test.
I still would be tempted if I was John to play that little safety shot. He definitely doesn't want to free the black spot area if he plays off one of those reds. Now, what's he looking at here? He may be looking at taking this pot up into the corner pocket, keep the white over the left side of the table safe. Touching ball might help, but it's not. I think Mark's quite happy to keep it tight here because he's trailing by 23 points. He's going to put the onus on John to maybe try and do something different. Oh, not touching again.
Yeah, I've put a circle up there. Okay, you put the cue ball there. You're leaving these two reds to the right corner, but there's just no chance of getting on a colour. I think if I was John, I'd be looking to do some. Mark's just, as Dennis said, quite happy just to keep tapping the cue ball into the balls because he'd love a re-rack. I think if John can do something more proactive.
Yeah, it was easier to do quite a few shots ago when that red wasn't up near the middle pocket.
I used to love frames like this, Dennis.
But it's such a crucial stage. it's one of those, if they just keep doing this, the referee, Paul Collier, could say to them, well, listen, boys, I'm going to give you 3 shots. And if it's not resolved, I'm going to start the frame again. He's got that option open to him. This is a deliberate miscue so that he doesn't. That's, you know, that's a wonderful shot he just played. It's a miscue that a player plays. Look at that. Look where he's cueing. First player to do that. I hope he's watching. Do you remember Ian McCulloch from Preston, who got himself into the top 16 one year? The first one I ever seen playing a little escape where he miscued there when he was close to the ball.
There's no doubt that Paul will be, the referee Paul Collier will be thinking when is the right time. Because obviously we're going nowhere at the moment.
Yeah, they're having a little smile at each other, but I think John missed a trick about 7 or 8 minutes ago when that red wasn't up there. He could have left the red on for the right corner if he didn't hide it behind the yellow, and Mark wouldn't have scored many.
Wants to avoid the double kiss as well. If he's trying to get the cue ball to the ball cushion. He's avoided it. Yeah, great shot. Yeah, that's what, similar to where I suggested a few shots ago. Okay, Mark Allen will probably pot this red, but there'll be no colour coming after it.
One.
Wow, I said there'd be no colour coming after it. He's done incredibly well to get the cue ball that far up the table.
I think if we have another look at it, Mark potted the red into the right side of the pocket, which gave him a chance to get the white up to where he did. Just watch where the red goes here. Not right in the centre of the pocket. It goes in off the right knuckle, and that gave him a chance to get back up the table.
Oh, and what a bonus the black goes as well. Wow. So a shot that John thought would have just cost him 1 point could cost him the match.
Yeah, I'll say it again. John left it too late to play that white up into that corner. Should have done it
13.
about 15 minutes ago. So can Mark Allen hold himself together here?
I will say, from that distance, there's no way Mark Allen has deliberately potted the
14.
red in the pocket from the knuckle. He was just making sure of potting the red. But it has given him a chance to win the match. And he's overhit this. A little bit of adrenaline maybe.
16.
Make no mistake about it, this player knows how to close a match out. That's why he's provisionally #1 in the world. But he's still got quite a bit to do here. You know that the black is available into one pocket. Just planning his route as to which balk colour he plays for. But he needs some sort of cannon now.
70.
I don't think it's perfect. Another few inches up the table, green or yellow would have given him an angle to play a cannon onto the red and blue, or a cannon onto the two reds and black. He may be able to screw straight up the table off the yellow. What a shot this will be. Yeah, he's got an angle to do that. How's your luck, Mark? Not the best. And there's no red that'll go past the one that's over the pocket.
19.
Well, he's smiling away, and he couldn't have left it any more awkward. Needed a bit of good fortune, didn't get it. What can you say about that shot? It was so thin, he thought, I'll have a go. It's a big pocket. I might go in off the other red. And what did he do? He cut it straight into the pocket. Well, as you can clearly see, the black's tied up, the blue's tied up, the pink's awkward.
22.
If he plays over to sort of cannon the blue, that could work. If he misses the cannon on the blue, might get the cannon on the pink. He's got the cannon on the blue.
23.
This has been an absolutely incredible visit to the table from Mark Allen.
That has spoiled it. He was hoping to just
28.
slip past this red.
$29.
He's still having a chat to Paul Collier. I'm not sure what he's saying, but he's finished dead straight on the blue. So this, well, it'll only give him 5 points, but not a lot of use to him.
Mark Allen, 29.
And the simple fact here is he's left John Higgins the full length of the table to travel with that cue ball to snick this red. Needs some judgment, this. And that is pretty good. That's an excellent shot from where he was. Acknowledged by Mark Allen there, tapping his table with his cue. He's playing it as if he was snookered here, although he can hit the reds near the black. Just giving John the slight advantage here. He can put in a telling safety here and get the white tight on the ball cushion somewhere behind the brown. As long as he gets close to the cushion, further across the table would have made it quite difficult. John's facial expressions tells you what he thinks about this situation. Green's in the way to just come off the cushion and land on the reds. He'll have to go twice across the table to land on them, and that needs good judgment. He's pointing his cue, but he's got to be very careful here. Is the green in the way? It is, you know, it's right where he'd want to hit the cushion. So it's twice across. Got to miss the blue. And the pink. He's misjudged it.
Foul. And a miss. Mark Allen, 4. Yeah, so free ball.
Do you know it's a free ball? You can't hit the reds on both sides. Does it make a lot of difference, the free ball, because there's no pot available? Oh, can he pot this red? Well, he could. Oh, that could be a mistake, because if John Higgins gets on the blue in such a way, he can cannon the two reds and black out. All Mark was doing was just rolling this in and then going to put John in trouble. Oh, he's anxious, but he's on the blue. And what a huge shot coming up here. He could bring the two reds and the black into play here. Massive shot. He's on the red. It'll pass the black.
6.
Doesn't have to do much with it, just drop it in. The tension here is unbearable.
Seven.
Well, the red does pot to left middle, but you need to be right in behind it. Any angle at all, and it's going to be too acute.
Can he get over near that circle to leave it as easy as possible? Doesn't want to hit the blue. He bows his head. Okay, he might be able to play a snooker.
14.
Just flick off the red and you've got the snooker behind the green.
John Higgins, 14.
That's delicate. Just what sort of pace is he going to play this at? Well, I'll tell you what, I am going to give him the benefit of the doubt because he's marched around the table. If he has picked that out, that is the shot of the championship.
Quietly, please.
He's run out of position, but that shot on the red, let's have
6.
another look at this. Well, the way he walked around the table told me he attempted that.
Yeah, and the speed he played it at. Because if you're just, you hit it dead weight, surely just to hit the red. Oh, he's got John Higgins in a lot of trouble here. Or is there a gap?
Mark Allen, 6.
No. I'm looking right down the line of it. There's no gap.
Well, what a tense finish to this frame here. Will it be the last frame? That's the big question. 1, 2, possibly 3 cushions, enough room to go round the back of the yellow here. Played it well. Well, it's potable, but how do you get anywhere near the green? Is he playing for a double?
2.
He kissed the blue, otherwise he was going to take the double on. But he can play a telling safety here. Green on the baulk cushion, white in behind the blue. Advantage, Mark Allen.
The last 2 frames is some of the best safety play I've ever seen. It really has been incredible from Mark Allen.
Let's make your mind up time. Does he just land on the green, or does he want to play it with pace and hope that he can knock it safe? Oh, that is unlucky. That is very unfortunate.
Does he have to go up and down the table for the brown? The green is tightly cushioned. Do you risk dragging it in slowly. If you go up and down the table, you may collide with a pink. That's what he tried.
Oh, look where the green's going. He's looked at the scoreboard. He needs the green, the brown, the blue, and the pink.
I think the pink does pot in the left middle, but again, you'd have to be right in behind it. That is a world-class positional shot from John Higgins. To control the cue ball like that was phenomenal.
As Stephen mentioned, the pink
7.
is not a gimme. You've got to get it. Well, I've put a little circle up anywhere near that circle. He's coming round to look at it. And all he has to do is just drop the pink in.
I go back to that green. What a shot the green was.
This needs a good shot. It's a tight angle. But it's in. What a frame of snooker we've just witnessed here. And John Higgins flies out of the Crucible Arena and he levels the score. We've got a one-frame shootout. It's 12 each.
Thank you. The final frame. Mark Allen to break.
Well said, Hazel. This would have been a marvellous final. It's a shame they had to meet at this stage of this year's World Championship, but what a match they've given us here.
Well, Mark Allen took on a similar red to this in the previous frame to try and drop it in for black to left corner. John Higgins doesn't look like he's going to be tempted to take it on. I think the two reds that are close to the black are very close to being a plant, and that's another reason that he's just a bit reticent to take this on.
That's an interesting stat at the bottom of your screen. Mark Allen's won 88% of deciding frames and John Higgins 62%, but as long as you get one chance in the deciding frame, that's all you want. He thought he had that, you know. That facial expression tells you he thought he'd got it. Now there may be a plant on here. Yeah, he can make this. Mark Allen has got his one chance, and this is a very good chance. That was a wonderful stat that was at the bottom of your screens. He's won 88% of his last frame deciding. Well, deciding frames and matches. That's for this year.
Yeah, he's just finished short on the red that he was planning to play. He can't avoid cannon the black.
Seven.
Usually when you're on these, when you've got to make a break under intense pressure, normally if you get past the sort of the first sort of 4 or 5 pots, that can so often be the time when you miss. Once you get through that stage, then you start to loosen up and get in a bit of a rhythm.
$11. $12.
Still got a few available reds, and the one next to the black will come into play in a few shots' time.
$18.
So he's kind of
90.
got through the first sort of nervy stage, and he's in the break now. Try and screw the cue ball to the right side of the table through the pack. There it goes. Hit it beautifully. Still a shake of the head.
26.
I can only assume because in Potter's red he can't avoid contact with the black.
Well, he played that beautifully. He took his time there. That may have looked straightforward, but that had to be so precise there.
Yeah, he really nipped the cue ball beautifully there. As I say, he did make contact with the black. If he didn't hit that as precise, he wouldn't have got the cue ball past it.
34.
What a chance. Again, fractions. John Higgins thought he'd potted the long red. missed it by
35.
literally a millimetre. And will he get another shot?
Well, he knows that his opponent is at the table, and he knows that this opponent has got so much bottle. He's definitely not afraid to get past the winning line, this player.
40. $41.
Still reds available without having to think about a cannon. Noise from the other table, but he doesn't hear anything. He's in the zone at the moment.
48. $49.
Perfectly played. Well, this is wonderful stuff here.
56. $57.
With each shot, he's getting closer to the winning line. This could be the key, coming right up now. How's the cannon? It looks as if it's okay.
62.
No, he's overcut it. More drama, but I think the pink's coming to the rescue.
Mark Allen,
and the other
62.
red won't pass the one that's over the pocket. But if that red goes in, the match would have been over. Surely we can't have more drama. He's not looking at the double on the red. He's 62 behind. Is he looking at this double on the red? This, if he takes it on, must go. Well, just have a look at the shot he's taking on here. And it's there! Can you believe it?
One.
John Higgins, if the double doesn't go in, it's his last shot. What a shot.
Well, that's one of the bravest shots I've ever seen. I suppose if you're John Higgins, you're sat in your chair with marks in, especially when you see the cannon off the blue, you think, okay, I'm out. And then he misses the red, you think, well, I'm just going to go for it because I was out a minute ago. But that was Scotland the Brave there, Dennis.
Dear me. What a finish we could have on our hands here.
$16. 17.
Much easier to get to the 2 reds from the pink.
$23. $24.
It's okay. The red's available into the left corner as well. Wow, the tension is unbearable here. Mark Allen was just 1 shot with the rest away from a place in the
31.
quarter-final, but that double that John Higgins pulled out to give him this chance was amazing.
Oh,
32.
John, what have you done? He smiles. He didn't pot the red in the middle of the pocket, and he's gone too far for position on the black. Watch where the red goes, off the left jaw. If he pots it in the middle, he's perfect on the black. He can't get on the red. Well, I'm saying he can't get on the red. He's on it, but it's a horrible shot.
It certainly is a horrible shot,
39.
as Stephen says. Well, that's what he's faced with.
Now has he cleared out the disappointment of not being on this red properly to pot it?
I'll tell you what,
40.
Mark knows that was an unbelievable pot that he just pulled out there.
Well, I can't give enough praise for that shot from John Higgins. I really can't. This is just, it's one of the best shots I've
44.
ever seen. What a break this has been.
Not over just yet.
46.
There's so much pressure on every shot here.
How many times has he done this in his career?
$49.
This is the key one. It's always brown to blue. He's played it perfectly.
53.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely immaculate strike.
$58.
Mark, well, what a match he has played here. The black to keep him in this year's World
64.
Championship and to keep him in the top 16 in the world. What a frame of snooker. Take a bow, John Higgins. Look what that means to him. Mark Allen will come forward, the gentleman he is, and gives him some words of encouragement. John is about to burst into tears. That is an unbelievable last frame. Mark Allen, 62 break. John Higgins, the Wizard of Wishaw, waved his magic wand and somehow he gets himself into the quarter-final. 13 frames to 12. Well done, both players.